Hello everyone, you're watching Json Deserializer video in C program in C. So this is a program which is letting you deserialize your JSON data whatever you have. So this is a text file from which we are trying to parse this text. So we have different parameters and values associated with them. Opening flower brace and closing flower brace indicates a one person record. So that is how we have first person and this is a first person and second, and we have three and one more for checking a corner case. So we let's try to see the output. By the time it loads, I'm going to tell you what is going to happen. So since we have first name, last name, age and height and phone numbers as parameters, we are trying to put a structure data which is having all those parameters and phone number. Since a person, as you can see, a person can have more than one phone number, we are trying to store it as a separate structure and maintain a link with the actual data of the person. So since a person have many numbers, we are trying to maintain a link, and since there are going to be many persons records, we are having a link in order to traverse the persons. So let's see what happens. Let's go to our main. In our main, we are initializing members and phone number, and then we are calling the function read from file. In read from file, we are going to open the JSON text. That is what we have seen here. In that, if the file is present, then we are going to read the entire file, I mean the entire records in the file. We can see that the many different records, and in one we have age assigned, and other we don't have age, and in something else we have age but not height. So in order to eliminate any issues, we are initializing it, and then even a phone numbers, and we are reading the entire structure till it reaches a closing flower brace. Since we can see that a closing flower brace assumes the ending of a record, so that is what is being checked here. And then when we open into the loop, this is what is checked, the opening quote. When we see that opening quote, we are trying to insert the entire line from here till here is being read into the line, and that is being sent to enter data function. In enter data function, we are going to have the key which is going to store this value, and value flag will start from R and end with this closing quote. It moves on like this, and it checks if our key is matching with first name or last name or age or height or phone numbers. So based on which it is going to assign. Since we have a value end and start, it is going to copy that particular portion into our respective parameters what we have in our data structure, I mean struct data. But it is different when we have a phone numbers. We are going to assign a flag equal to 1. So let's see what it does. We're going to insert all the remaining values like first name, last name, age and height directly. But when we have phone number, since it is a separate structure, we are having a separate loop concerned for it. In that, we first read our type, home and number. So this represents one person's one phone number. So that is what is being read here. This reads the type line and this reads the number line, and that is getting inserted. So let's see. We are going to see our type start, type end, and value start and value end. So that value start and type start and type start and type end is being copied into temp.type. That is what you have your phone number, and value end and value start, so that you could copy your number into your structure, phone number structure. And we have a comma here which is specifying that we have reached the end of the person's phone numbers. Here comma is indicating that the person is having another phone number, but this other comma which is not present I mean, like, since it is end of record, we don't have any comma, I mean, like, end of phone numbers. So this indicates that we are done with our phone numbers. That flag is our ph flag, which we have here. So this loop exits out and we read the ending character, that is what your closing quote, and you come back and you insert into data. In insert into data, we send our phone number structure, which we have entered all the phone numbers here, and the list which we have entered are different parameters what we have. So let's see what does insert to data does. In insert to data, if it has a first node, then we are going to assign it, else we are going to append it to the starting of the node. This is what is getting done in read from file function, and it is returning the list. And then we are having in our output, I mean on the console, where we will be able to see our first name, last name, and all its items. Based on your first name and based on your last name, we are going to retrieve the person's data. It's going to match your given f name and with all the records f name and len name, and if anyone is having that values, it is going to print their phone numbers. And then print average age. Since we are storing the age as in the format of int, we are going to take average of that, and we are going to give the average of the person's record, all the person's record in a file. Thank you for watching this video.